What's up, guys? Crypto Phoenix here with a review on QTUM's x86 virtual machine launch. So it is 24th of May 2018 and we are looking at a 336 billion market cap. It's retraced about 50 billion since consensus 2018. And unfortunately, like most of us, we've pretty much all been waiting for big cash injection from institutions or from other sources to really push that market cap up to around about 480 where we were, but it hasn't been the case. It's actually reversed significantly. So what that's meant is we have a number of coins that have really taken some huge hits, and QTUM is one of them. So if we check the chart just really quickly, we're still bottoming out versus Ethereum on the day chart. We're still bottoming out around about the mid 2200, 22,000 Ethereums. And honestly, it's strange. You know, everything is geared up and waiting. So without further ado, I'll get stuck into what we have on the x86 VM launch. So I've been digging around to try and find what's been going on with the launch itself, because there was basically no media release at all. We couldn't find any major press release, which is going to take us now to QTUM's official Twitter. So as you can see on here, we have the last pin post, which is the 21st of May, when they're at Blockchain Week and they're at Consensus. Jordan Earls is there as a panelist on stage talking about on-device key management, which is really cool, and that's all really great. But the big thing is that literally about 18 to 20 hours ago, they had the x86 VM platform launch. It was in Seoul, Korea, and there's no news. There's nothing on the official page. So what's going on here is the big question. I have a sneaking suspicion that it has something to do with the fact that the market cap has diminished so much. I think maybe they might be waiting. Maybe they have some signals. We know that QTUM is really, really deep into relationships with Chinese business, and they're working with things with the Chinese government. So look, maybe they may have been asked to keep it quiet, to delay the release. But literally at this point, we have nothing, no official statement, no official news, nothing from QTUM on their x86 virtual machine, which is highly anticipated. If you have any sense about the development world and what it's all about, you will understand exactly what this is going to do. So for those that have been waiting for it, you're probably sitting there going, when is this thing going to move? And I know I'm that in that boat as well. But in this case, for those that don't know, what it actually means is all of the existing developers that are out there in the world that are doing apps and they're doing software and stuff, things for Microsoft, things for Apple, they're all built using very common programming languages. And at this point in time, until this very specific piece of platform, which is the x86 VM, until that is launched, no one that uses these regular software languages or programs in these languages or is a developer can put things easily on the blockchain. What the x86 VM actually does is it takes all of this stuff and makes it immediately transferable to the blockchain. So it's hugely powerful. It's so highly awaited, and we're all just sitting there chewing our nails going, when is this thing going to get properly released? When are we going to get all the information? So there's nothing on their Twitter, and it's a tad frustrating if I'm truthful about it. If we actually have a look at QTUM network, they're the only guys who have anything official on the x86 VM launch, and you can see that they had some meetups. There's some photos here with some of the team. Patrick Dyer's there in the middle. So look, it happened, it happened. That's great. But where is the press release? Where's the media stuff? I mean, it's like it's literally like they're purposefully avoiding hyping the coin. It's like they don't want people to invest in it, which is really strange. I'm finding it really, really strange. So anyway, I've got some of these links. I'll throw them up on the video description so that you can see what's going on. I do have the most recent press release, which is not official, but it's on Reddit's QTUM, which entails the May 16th South Korea, the 9th Asian Leaders Summit. So this is an article that goes into some stuff about blockchain, where it's heading, and the difference between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Quantum. And look, it's valuable. Specifically this paragraph here, which I won't read. It's a bit long. I'm trying to keep it short, but it's a good statement by Patrick. I think it's valuable, and I do agree with him. In particular, the fact that blockchain technology itself is a new trend, a new wave, and it's unstoppable. I agree. It is unstoppable. I think it will go well beyond anything that anyone has ever really dreamed of. But again, this article has just come out like 4 hours ago. So what are we here? This is 8 days later from when it happened. So yeah, look, great article, guys, but a week lag time is pretty epic in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. So we might want to have a look at maybe putting them out a little bit sooner. So anyway, that's that one. The next one is the Medium for Quantum, which has the Blockchain Week, which is consensus again. But again, we've got nothing here about the x86 VM launch, which is what we're all hanging out for. I'm just not sure what's happening. So the next thing that we have, I've dug this one out, which is a screenshot of the X-Plan announcement, which is tied with the virtual machine launch event as well. And there's just nothing here. Like, it's really bizarre. It's just really bizarre. But this one here, I'm actually really, really bullish on this specific article, which sort of tabs it as the most underrated project. I don't know if it's the most underrated project, but it's certainly there. And it entails a lot of stuff. It goes into very specific detail about different things and why Quantum is probably the most suited for immediate market adoption or mass adoption, and I have to agree. It has with the x86 VM, which is what this is all about. It's going to bridge the gap between normal software developers and the blockchain, and enable industry and enterprise to immediately put application suites on the blockchain. They can basically transfer the code very, very, very easily into blockchain. So it's huge, like it's absolutely massive, and to not have a public press release about the success of it or what happened is just eerie. It's very strange. So anyway, this article is really good. I think it goes into some details that are really valuable. And I encourage you, if you're looking at maybe putting some money into Quantum, or you want a quick wrap up of what it is, this article is really good. So in particular, it goes into this line here, which talks about Quantum being partners with Baofeng, and they'll have 50,000 nodes. So the proof of stake, which means that that everything runs off nodes all around the world rather than mining rigs, which is great because it's less power overhead and more efficient. So they're going to have, or they are going to, or have 50,000 nodes as opposed to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which have a total of 30,000 combined. So it is the largest proof of stake network in the world. I read something the other day. It's actually the first blockchain proof of stake to have a node in space. I can't remember the exact details there. If I find it, I'll put it in the description. But I thought that was really cool. But yeah, this article is really, really informative. I do agree with it. I think it's excellent. And yeah, so I'll throw that one in there for you guys as well. The other thing that I did find out, the only thing that I've found with any substance at all, is this specific interview with Jordan Earls, and it was put up 2 days ago. So this is a day before the x86 VM launch. It's by Blockchain Markets, who, I mean, don't appear to have a massive channel. And what's strange about this is that this guy has landed an interview with Jordan, and it's legit. I've watched the interview. Landed an interview with Jordan, and there's no hype. There's nothing. There's no news about it. It's from some relatively unknown guy who has been able to just make contact with Jordan Earls, who's co-founder at Quantum, to have this interview. And yeah, look, there's some details around about here where he goes into the x86 VM, but really there's not much information on it. And I'm just wondering, I mean, if he's able to handle an interview from some relatively unknown cryptocurrency interviewer, you know, where is our regular press release? I understand that Quantum is very, very, very heavily Asian focused, so maybe the content's out there in Asia. If it is, please let me know. I'd really like to see it, maybe have it translated, because there's a lot of people here who are wondering what is happening. But even if we had a press release in Asia, it doesn't make sense why we don't have a bullish shoot. We have no spike. We have nothing. We have on the day trend, we're still bottoming out. So there's been no positive sentiment since the launch, which means there's been no information. There's been nothing. So we know that China and Asia are super bullish on Quantum, and hasn't featured that much to the US. Maybe this is why. So maybe I'm the only thing I can think of is that the press release has been done for Asia, and there's just been nothing for the West, for English speakers. So look, that's the only thing I can think of. But even so, even if that was the case, we would have to see some kind of bullish trend, some kind of comparison versus Ethereum. So I don't know. Maybe it makes me think maybe they're just waiting for some money to come back in, because we lost 50 billion, and when it does, you know, maybe they're pulling money out of EOS, maybe they're pulling money out of things like Bitcoin, which is basically Monero 2.0. Who knows what they're doing? But whatever they're doing, I really hope that a press release or something to the effect of how the progress went, how the launch went, how the x86 VM is, how we can use it, how we can apply it. I hope that really gets moving, because I believe in the project, I believe in the coin, I believe in the team, and no news, no hype, no press release equals no volume in the markets. And as a trader, we want some volume. So fingers crossed that it happens. Look, guys, until next time, keep your coins safe, safe trading, all the best. See ya.